What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the franchise. So, one thing I wanted to do before we get started for the day was show y'all after I got off on the last video, I did sign a couple players. We ended up signing Shiloh Sanders to be our backup safety, Isaiah Simmons to be a backup safety, and Deuce Vaughn. Not big changes, just ones that we decided to make. So with that said, we're going to check our depth chart, and then we're going to hop straight into the game. All right, so here we go. We're ready to start our first game of the year, Skylar Thompson being our quarterback. If you watched the first video, you know why he was picked. So we're just going to do a little run here to the left side. And that didn't go anywhere. Ended up losing a couple yards. All right, 2nd and 11. We're just going to dunk it off short. I seen Square get open when it was too late, and they're going to call it incomplete. I guess he did not maintain possession. We seen it fly out of his hands after the fact. We're going to roll out here. I don't see anything. Just going to have to run, get what we can get, and punt the football. All right, so not a good first possession here. Hopefully our defense can hold up. And Fields is going to run. We all knew that that's going to be an issue. Got to be able to contain Fields in the pocket. All right, so they are going to hand it off, and we're there for a loss of 4. It's going to be a 2nd and 6, or 3rd and 6. Sorry. All right, Fields. I know what he. Yep, there he goes. He's off again. Man, we got to figure out how to contain him. He's going to kill us. 2 runs for 27 yards already. They're just doing whatever they want to right now. Our defense is in trouble. Huh, we got lucky on that one. He was open. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. They're going to run. He's going to gain 2 yards, and the Jets already have an injury. All right, 3rd and 8. I normally like to play on the line, but I guess I better play as one of our safeties back here to try and help. And that was a bad pass, incomplete. 4th down. All right, so we are going to start our next possession at the 5. Not ideal, but we're going to work with it. Hand it off to Johnson, who's going to gain a yard. We've got to figure out something about the running back position. I don't feel like we're going to be able to deal with Johnson for very long. Throw the fire move. That's complete. Good chunk of yardage. Picked up 20 yards on that play, or 19, something like that. Going to look for Metcalf. That's going to go for another 1st down. Big gain. That's what we like to see. Going to throw this one. Oh, and that was at the feet of Smith. He was open too. Bad throw. All right, we got a 3rd and 10. McLaurin is who we're going to be looking for here. And not going to have time as that is a fumble. Oh, man, that was not ideal. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do but to continue. I'm already figuring out the Jets. If you can stop their run game, you'll have them in a pretty good situation. They're going to run it again. It's going to be a 3rd and 3. I see Wilson out here in the slot. Wow, that's a shocker. That's what I'm saying. That's all they can do is run the football. If you can stop the run, you got them beat. Looks like I'm going to have to stay on one of our linebackers here because when Fields goes to take off, I'm going to try to pop him. Like that. I read that play all the way. We got a 3rd and 16. Hopefully we can hold them here. Dang, I thought Gilmore had a pick, but we'll take it. 4th and 16. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. All right, a little bit of struggle on offense. Hopefully we can fix that on this drive. Thompson's moving the football. Obviously, we know the last time he fumbled. I don't blame that all on him, as the offensive line did not hold up very well either. But not saying that he shouldn't have held on to the football, because he totally should have. But, you know. Austin, big game by Calvin Austin. It was a short throw and went for a big chunk of yards. Trying to get McLaurin involved in the game here. And speaking of McLaurin, there he is. We're going to look to dunk this one off again. We do to Jonnu Smith. We're going to hand this one off to Johnson, who's not going to go anywhere. We're going to try this play again. We're going to be looking for Austin again. He's not getting open. I seen it a little too late. I seen our running back was an option there. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. If anything, we are in field goal range. I don't want to settle for a field goal. And I just threw a pick 6. Oh, man, that was the worst case scenario. All right, so we're going to try a little trick play here. You can see Rudolph's out there at receiver. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a shot here. And nope, didn't have time. All right, 3rd and long. I mean, what do we got to lose? All right, so we need our defense to come up with a big stop here. I'm very disappointed with the way the team is performing. I don't like to give up on quarterbacks early, but I may have to put Rodgers in there to see if he can salvage this game. Holy smokes, he actually completed a pass. And then we finally get a sack. I think that was Dexter, I think. 3rd and 17. We really could use a stop here. And we're going to get it. All right, 1st and 10. Going to just throw it short. Pick up 4 yards. All right, so we got a 1st and 10 at the 41. I want it on record that we have been moving the football. We've just been struggling once we get on our side of the 50. Warren's going to take the handoff, and he's not going to go anywhere. The offensive line, we're just not going to be able to run because of our offensive line is performing so poorly. We're going to have Warren go out there on a slant route as well. And he's going to catch it, breaks 2 tackles, and takes it to the 40. And Johnson, with his best run of the game, picks up 7 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 3. We're just going to dunk it off short to Austin. That's going to set up a 3rd and inches. Going to try to do a fullback dive. The way they got the box loaded, I don't think this is going to work, and it's not. No, you know what? We're not going to kick a field goal. We're going to go for it. This is risky. We're already down by 10. We really need to pick this up. And Austin's going to make the catch, 1st down. Whew, that one scared me a little bit. All right, we're going to throw this one short to McLaurin, who's going to pick up 5 on that play. We're going to try to run it here with Warren, see if we can get him going on the ground. And he's going to pick up 1st down and more. All right, as long as I don't do anything stupid here, we should get points on the board. We're just going to throw this one short to Austin. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. We need to see more of that in this game. Now we're only down by 3. And Brees Hall is going to pick up 2 yards on that play, 2nd and 8. He's going to throw it short wide open. See, like, we got to make the tackle. You can't be letting them break tackles like that. 3rd and 9. It'd be nice to get them off the field here. Yeah, y'all seen what I seen. All right, so we got another 3rd down, 3rd and 8. And by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, number 21, that is Stephon Gilmore. We ended up keeping him on the roster. And there goes Fields. I mean, he's killing us, man. 56 yards rushing. We cannot stop him from running. We have got to contain him if we want to win this game. I don't mean to get upset, but this is very frustrating. I mean, you have got to contain him in the pocket. You can't let him run like that. And the way this team is performing is just very, very upsetting, especially the defense. I mean, I expected our offense to struggle, but my defense, I didn't expect them to struggle as bad as they are. The offensive line I knew was going to be an issue, which is part of the reason why Rodgers is not in the game. I feel like he's going to hurt us, not help us, because I got to have somebody that can get out of trouble when they have to. And unfortunately, we all know Rodgers don't have speed. I just threw a pick. Oh, man. And there goes Fields. Man, I'm just not believing how bad this defense is. And you see what happens when you throw a blitz. Keep this in mind, guys. I threw a blitz on that play, and they still let him pick up over 20 yards. I want it on record that they drove all the way down here by running the football. Yep, there it goes. This is what I'm saying. I mean, picked up 2 yards and I threw a blitz. I'm going to have to stay at the linebacker position because I know when they don't run it, I know what happens. So every now and then he gets to do that, but most of the time he doesn't. The fact that there was 2 defenders there and he still caught it, that's what kind of game this has been. And McLaurin somehow holds on to that. I thought he dropped it. Decent little 5-yard run by Johnson. Going to throw this one short to Austin, who's going to pick up another first down. We've been doing a lot of runs up the middle. We're going to try to run it to the outside and see if anything different. Nope, same thing. And there's Austin again. Good spin. Picks up another first down. We're going to try a jet sweep. And, whoa, thought they were going to stop us for a loss, but McLaurin is going to get in the end zone for our first touchdown of the year. And he's going to get stuffed 3rd and 14. And he's going to be 2 yards short. Still plenty of time, but we got to move the football more efficiently than what we've been doing up to this point like that. 3rd and 13. Need to pick up a first down here. I just threw a pick. Oh, man. All right, so I went in and cut out that defensive possession. No point in boring y'all with that. They went 3 and out. And we're going to get sacked. We're just not in a very good position right now. I knew that's where he was going to. I just couldn't catch up. Got to make the tackle. Fortunately, we already messed up because we needed to score on every time we touched the football in order to have a chance. And unfortunately, we didn't do that. So, all right. So they ended up scoring a touchdown. Kind of a game killer right there. I mean, we're pretty much done. Offensive line needs to be improved. I got a feeling Austin's going to end up getting hurt, but that's just part of it. All right, guys. So it's 4th down. We got to go for it. I mean, game's pretty much over for us. I'm not trying to give up, but, it's going to take a miracle to come back in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and play the rest of this out. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. If big things happen, I'll go ahead and show that. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and call it right here. Just wanted to chime in here. We did score a touchdown. All right, so we lost by 7. Not much we could do. I mean, team played pretty poorly. I was not impressed with the way the team played. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for today. Very disappointing start to the year. We're going to have to make some changes, but that's going to do it for this. We'll do all that starting in the next video. Until then, peace out.